after last weekend, what's your mindset and I guess message as well going into the remaining fixtures this season?
Well, look, we want to bounce back because we was on a fantastic run. We've had a couple of sore results, and we have a team coming to Ibrox at the weekend who are in form. There's a rivalry between the two teams, so the players need to perform and perform well. We want to bounce back with a strong performance and a home win.
To what extent are you considering maybe looking to the future a bit more and maybe trying out a few things in the games that are about to come?
Yeah, definitely we'll try a few things out for sure. I thought last week the performance was good, so there was things to move on and build from that performance. It was a good performance. I think, there'll be an opportunity for one or two if they earn it via training, but there's one or two also that have been patient and probably deserve a go as well.
In terms of specifics, you certainly alluded to the fact that maybe Ryan Kent or Fredo Morelos may be more likely to leave the club in the summer. Do they still have a part to play from now to the end of the season, or how big a part?
Yeah, of course they do. They've been two fantastic players for the club, and both represented the club very well, been important players for a number of years. In terms of their situation, there's nothing to speak about really big outside other than we've had the conversations inside. We're mutually in the same place of what should happen. We haven't come forward with a contract offer for either, and both of those have been free to speak to other clubs for a while now. But in terms of the next 5 games, they're Rangers players, and they'll continue to be so until anything's announced officially.
Okay, look, so many players that maybe question marks. Malik Tillman, for instance, of course, he was injured then. Is he going to be fit to see him from now until the end of the season?
No, unfortunately, that's the end of Malik's season. He's got a hamstring injury. He's gone back to Bayern for them to have a look as well. He's obviously had his scan and everything. It's a hugely sad ending to the season for him because he's obviously a fine young player and he's performed well for the club so far this season.
Would you rate the chances then that that's not the last time Rangers fans will see him in a Rangers jersey?
That's all still ongoing in the background as well.
Any other interesting team news from the weekend?
Yeah, Bournemouth are missed this weekend. There's one or two that didn't train early in the week. Scott Arfield didn't train until today. Had a slight problem after the game. And we'll monitor Ryan Kent. He came off for tactical reasons at the weekend, but we'll monitor him because he's had 1 or 2 ongoing issues.
You're talking about giving other players a chance. You're not likely to start then this weekend. A big opportunity for him and other players, looking ahead again to next season. Yeah, listen, it's a big opportunity for everyone. What I would say is they've had big opportunities since November, and the best team plays. When you sit down before every game, you pick the strongest team. So there is big opportunities, but since I've come in November, everyone's had the same opportunity. They've had to earn it and a right to play. Some have not always been fit, and obviously 1 or 2 now are fit and are looking for opportunities, namely Ridvan and Ravi Matondo, obviously new signings at the start of last season that haven't really built up any momentum or been able to show what maybe they wanted to show. There's an opportunity in the next 5 games, but we'll be picking the strongest team to play the games. There's no gimmies. How do you get your players up for these 5 games when, compared to what's usually on offer at Rangers trophies, big matches, there's not as much on offer here? How do you get the players up to the end of this match?
Well, the end of the last 2 seasons, you're right, have been, there's been a lot of drama, and the end of one season you win the league, the end of the next season you're playing a European final, you're fighting at the top end of the league, and you've got a Scottish Cup. So I get it, but okay, that's the result of the season that we've had so far. You play at Ibrox, we have 47,000 season ticket holders, and they're demanding a performance against Aberdeen. Every time you put on the shirt's a huge privilege, and I'll be looking for things towards the group. We've been moving towards next year in ideas since I came in. It's about finishing this season strongly and also building for the future. That continues. There's 5 games against teams around us. If we're not at it, they're very dangerous games.
What's the situation with Rory McCrory? Is he going to be fit to play some games? You mentioned in the past that you were looking to give him a chance.
Yeah, he's fit and available for the weekend, so there's a decision to be made there.
The 7 or 8 players or whoever's got a contract at the end of the season, mate, will he offer any of them a new contract?
Yeah, listen, there's talks going on. We'll announce them as they're definite. There's 1 or 2 we've offered contracts to, yeah.
A lot was mentioned of your comments after the game about the extent of the rebuild. When you look back to when you took over, is it fair to say there's maybe an underestimate of the rebuild required, or do looking back now, do you see the rebuild still as big now as it was then?
Well, I think the goalposts move because I've played 24 games and I've lived with the group a little bit more. But I still think if you were at the game last weekend, that's obviously Celtic are going to end this season fantastically well with the trophies. But if you're in the stadium last weekend, I thought my team performed well. So it's up to you where you determine it. Everyone's got an opinion. I've got a clear plan, and it's just about executing that now.
You've seen a lot of senior figures depart, directors as well. What does that say about the direction of the club moving forward next season?
Listen, there's been some big decisions made, isn't there, in terms of the infrastructure on the executive board, and I think some of them are people's own decisions, and other ones are obviously decisions made strategically to make the club stable and fresh with new ideas moving forward. And I've been fully kept up to speed with everything that's going on, and I'm at calm and ease. I see a board that's really aligned with where we want to go, so I'm calm.
On a similar theme, Michael, it seems like like a reset or a refresh for the club. Culture change can take time, but you'll be tasked with bringing results pretty much immediately. How do you kind of square that sort of thing?
Hugely excited by it. What an exciting time. If the fans want one or two new faces coming in, they're coming in. It's a hugely exciting time. We have won a lot of football games. We come back, we finish this season strongly, we go and have a strong pre-season, and we come out of it and we go again. It's an opportunity for us there right at the start of the season to try and qualify for the Champions League, which is an unbelievable opportunity for the club. So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm away. The recruitment side of things is, as I say, a long way down the road. I'm excited by it. I'm energised by it, and I think you will certainly see a new Rangers. But at the moment, I still think the team have performed to a decent level, and it's been a disappointing season. But the quickest way is to recruit well, come back fresh, strong, and go again. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the change of the club. I'm excited about the opportunity it gives us to recruit.
Would there be a need for some patience, though? You talk about a new Rangers there, both on the field and also off it. Is there a need for a little bit maybe more patience?
I live and work in Glasgow.
Michael, I wonder if you'd caught the Youth Cup final the other night, what you made of it, and also what you're looking for from these young players. It's obviously an opportunity for them, some of the change that's going on as well. What are you looking for when you see a youth player coming through the academy, and what will they need to be part of your team going forward?
Well, firstly, I was away at another game that was pre-arranged with some meetings as well, so I wasn't at the game, but my staff was. I've watched the game back. Exciting game, a bit of a hockey match, obviously, and a lot of goals and a lot of excitement. It looked like a young boys' game with a lot of talented young boys who were, playing in the national stadium with all that excitement and energy that they have. It's a big step to the game that was played a few days before in the same stadium with the first team. I think it's fair to say a big step physically, a big step technically, a big step in terms of the expectations and the pressure that he would put on them. But I thought there was good players in both teams, and in terms of me, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a young player that comes over to the first team and doesn't show any respect in terms of trying to take a first team player's shirt. I'm looking for a hungry, angry young man, if you like, who wants to go and take on the world. With the exposure for young players here to train to the first team's ready for. It's every time we play, the next day we train, and if that's whoever's on our bench, 7 or 8 come over and match that and train together. So I would say 90% of the B team have had a chance to train with us. The 18s have actually trained with us a couple of times when the B team have not been there. So I know all the young players. At the moment, is anyone ready to step in and be a starter for Rangers? Probably not. Will they get opportunity in pre-season to show that they've grown and be around the group more consistently? Yeah, certainly 1 or 2 will have an opportunity. And I think the best thing is that they come over to training readily, and they come over a lot and they show their qualities. And then from that, they get a chance on the bench and play. I think this season, a number of young players have either been involved in the squad or been on the pitch, but no one at the moment's been able to make that jump to starting. Leon King, I still think, has got the youngest player with the most minutes in the Champions League. So he's had a season, early in the season, where he's had big exposure. Adam Devine, in my first few games, was excellent, and he's had some injury problems as the season's gone on. And same with Alex Lowry. I think he's in a really good place. So in that sense, I'm quite pleased with the young ones I've got around us, but I would urge them to, their training sessions is more important than some of the seniors. Their training session for them is their match. They have to train above the level of the session physically and really showcase themselves every time they get an opportunity.
Malik, Tillman, what kind of vibes were you getting from him in terms of him wanting to stay or not?
Me and Malik are in a great place on a personal level. I think he's been brilliant for the club. I think he's been brilliant for me in my time here. He's a player that I think's got a really high ceiling, as high a ceiling as anyone that I've worked with in my time here at Rangers. There's areas of his game at 20 he certainly needs to brush up on, and that's why he's come on loan. We said we would park the conversation to the middle of May because there's a lot around it, and you want to get to the end of the season, and Malik's got a say in this as well. Obviously the two clubs have been talking back and forth and there's agreements between them, but the most important person is Malik, and if Malik wants to be here in Glasgow, then it's something that we can make happen, and likewise if he's unsure. And that the conversation with me and Malik are great. We have a fantastic relationship, but we said we'd park it to the middle of May, and nothing's changed on that.
Cheers, guys. Dailies.